guys, what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. In this video, I just want to talk about the aftermath of the Bitcoin halving, mainly the network hash rate for Bitcoin and as well as the current network hash rate for Bitcoin as well. So I know that this is still leveling off, still adjusting, but we're going to take a look at it today. And then we're also going to take a look at the Antminer S9 and how these are flooding the market. So I'm going to show you guys some of this kind of stuff, and we'll take a look at the profitability as well, okay, using what to mine and ASIC miner value. All right, so let's begin first with the price of Bitcoin. All right, so it's been a couple days now. We can see that Bitcoin roughly is it's been hovering between $9,000 and $10,000, almost $10,000. So whether or not we're gonna go past 10,000, who knows? We're probably all hoping for a meteoric rise for Bitcoin's price after the halving. In previous halvings, we saw that Bitcoin went up after about 2 to 3 months after the previous halvings. So whether or not that's going to play out the same, who knows? We're going to see. But right now, since after the halving, Bitcoin has been reasonably going up. Not like parabolically or anything, but slowly. All right, so now let's take a look at the Bitcoin network hash rate right now. Okay, so you guys can see since about January of 2017, we've seen the rise of Bitcoin hash rate due to the popularity of people making mining farms, Bitcoin mining farms, and so on and so forth, and new ASICs that are coming out. They're getting more efficient, getting more hash rate, all that kind of stuff. But now, okay, you can see, let's just take a look here, all right? So the halving basically happened on Monday, which I believe was the 11th. Let me just make sure that is correct. Yes, about Monday on the 11th. We can see here the height of the network hash rate averaged about 137 exahash. And now, as of making this video, we are at 103.9 exahash. So we went from 137 to 103 averaging right now. Okay, and then actually, according to Mining Pool stats, Bitcoin is showing about 92 exahash. So I bet Bitfo Charts is probably lagging a little bit behind. And I know that the network adjustment, the difficulty is still adjusting after, probably still going to keep adjusting after a couple of days. All right, so we're going to have to wait for that. It's probably going to go down even more, but correlation to what the price of Bitcoin is and how profitable some mining farms can be, depending on what kind of hardware they have, that's all going to be imperative for them. So we're probably going to see this adjust for the next week or so. All right, so now, not just the Bitcoin hash rate, actually, I forgot to mention, I want to talk about Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash, God forbid. All right, so Bitcoin SV actually, so the reason why I want to talk about Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash for their hash rate specifically is that there has been a rise on these coins, okay? So you guys can see here, let me zoom in. Actually, yeah, on the 11th, when the Bitcoin halving happened, you guys can see here, the Bitcoin SV hash rate was 1.4 exahash averaging. And then at the height, let's see, the next day, it went up to 2.4. So that was a pretty big jump in network hash rate for Bitcoin SV. And same thing goes for Bitcoin Cash. Look at this. You guys can see the network hash rate was averaging about 1.6 to 1.8. And then on the Bitcoin halving day, you guys can see it went from 1.8 exahash to 3.4. So pretty much almost double there, okay? And it looks like it's come down a bit. It looks like obviously probably due to the profitability, which I want to talk about in a second, okay? I'll show you guys some numbers here. So yeah, the Bitcoin hash rate, I'm assuming some people moved over to Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV due to the profitability aspect and correlation to the price and all that kind of stuff, okay? So that's probably where a few miners went to. Not a lot of miners, but a few miners moved over to Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash as they share the same SHA-256 algorithm. All right, guys. So yeah, that was another interesting thing to look at in terms of network hash rate and where possibly, that 30-ish exahash went. From after the halving that we had a couple days ago. Okay. All right. So that's Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV. And now I want to talk about the Antminer S9s. Okay. So these have been the staple, the tried and true ASIC miner for Bitcoin. And I'm assuming the other coins as well, SHA-256, Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash. And these miners have been around, since 2017, I believe. Actually, I can get the correct date here if we go type in S9. yeah, so yeah, February of 2017, if you had the 12.5 terahash model, there's been numerous different models since then, but you guys can see July, May 2018, August 2019, a lot of different versions since then. But yeah, the Antminer S9 now have been flooding the market. I've been seeing more and more people adding them onto eBay, and I've been seeing some Twitter posts about it. They're good old Scott Offord. Actually, he's one of the subscribers of my channel. I really appreciate you, Scott Offord. Thank you so much. And you can see here he has a seller of 100 S9s, 500 S9s, 1,000 S9s, or 5,000 S9s. And you can see the prices here, $19 each with the power supply. So that is incredible. 22, 24, 29, obviously relative here to how many you buy. That's awesome. He says here, I really just need to get these gone. So people are selling these, flooding the market now because it's obviously not profitable. Actually, I want to go on eBay and show you guys the recently sold. So you can see here, there's one Antminer S9 recently sold for $5. Literally $5, and it shows a $79 shipping on it. Oh my goodness, that is terrible. But then you can see here, recently sold as of making this video, $95, $49, $69, $39, $102, $95. That's a fan. Looks like a hash. Wow, someone bought a hash board for $28. I mean, you could have talked to Scott Offord here. Looks like for Scott Offord, you probably have to buy the whole lot at $19 each. So yeah, that's a different story. But yeah, you guys can see actually the prices recently sold for the Antminer S9, and depending which model you get, there's different terahash numbers and power consumptions for these different model S9s, S9i, S9, S9J or something. I'm not very proficient at ASIC miners. I really don't know my Antminers that much. But I do know what an S9 is. So, all right, so let's take a look at the profitability of an Antminer S9 currently. All right, so at residential electric, averaging 10 cents USD, we can see here the Antminer S9 I have in the search bar here on ASIC miner value. You're not making it, you're definitely losing money using these kind of ASIC miners at home. All right. Now, if you were to do like 0.04, so 4 cents per kilowatt hour, I think this is the break-even point for an S9. Let's just quickly, yeah. So about 4 cents per kilowatt hour is the break-even point for an S9, roughly. Maybe even lower, 0.3 cents. Let's see what that shows. Search here, and oh no, sorry, we're supposed to go higher. Let's go 5 cents, okay. And this obviously depends on the price of Bitcoin, and it's going to go up a little bit. Yeah, so pretty much you're losing money at 5 cents kilowatt hour, and you're probably breaking even at 4 cents kilowatt hour. So I'm assuming there's probably a lot of Bitcoin mining farms that have subsidized electrical rate that could probably maybe profit off it if they have maybe 2 cents or 1 cent or free electrical, who knows, right? And actually, I wanted to go and show you guys on what to mine. So I did talk with my mods, a couple of my mods, talking about some efficiency on the firmware for an S9. So say you had an 11.2 terahash model, like say you're able to clock it down on your S9 at about 800 watts, which is possible, all right? So pretend here, if we had 10 cents kilowatt hour, and we can see here, Antminer S9 at 11.2 terahash, 800 watts, 10 cents kilowatt hour, you are not profitable. So definitely you're losing about 89 cents. Not as bad as losing, from what I showed you before. But now, okay, so if we go for those Bitcoin mining farm electrical prices, let's go to 4 cents. All right, so you're breaking a little bit of profit on it, okay? And you guys can see Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash, DGB, SHA, 256 here. You can, make a little bit, like a couple cents off a $20, $30 Antminer S9 if you were to BIOS mod it, okay? So I don't really know all of these firmwares. I've never used these before, okay? So like Hive OS, for example, they have their Hive on ASIC firmware. They have the S17 Pro, S9. This is not sponsored, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys have tried it, and if it's efficient, please let me know down below. There's another one called Brains OS, open source mining firmware for S9s. And I'm assuming other miners as well. I've never tried this before, but a lot of people say these are really good. And then I was looking at some screenshots here one of my mods sent me. Okay, so you can see you can change your S9 depending what model you have. You can change the efficiency on here and the hash rate. So you can get like 770 watts at 9.8 terahash, or like 1080 watts at 12.9 terahash, and like so on and so forth. I think you can go up to 1720 watts at 17.6 terahash. Now, whether or not that is efficient, I don't think so. I think the lower you go, the better, the more efficiency you get. Okay, so I don't even know why I'm talking about this, but it's just funny. One of my mods posted this for me here. You can see here, miner runs on Brains OS miner Stratum V2, providing 13 terahash at 830 watts. I'm not saying for you guys to do this, but for some people that are maybe, wanting to tinker around with an S9 because it's like really cheap right now to get one just for the heck of it. Heck, I'm even thinking of just getting one just to play around with, just for fun. Who knows? I actually may want to try it just to see if I can, break it or do some fun tests with it. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the S9 right now. And actually, I forgot to show the S17, which is reasonably profitable right now, especially if you had lower electrical rate. But at 10 cents kilowatt hour, let's see here, the S17 is not profitable. Okay, so if you're running this residential, and I don't think many people are, you're not profitable on an S17, and probably S19. Not even. Yeah, it's probably going to get worse as possibly the network hash rate will start leveling off more. I know it's probably still adjusting, so we're probably going to see that network hash rate probably go lower. I'm not quite sure actually depending if the price of Bitcoin decides to go parabolic, right? So we'll probably see the network hash rate go up. But that's it, my friends. That's all I want to talk about. Please let me know what you think. This was really fun, and I appreciate you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.